Outdoors YouTube channel. My name is Gage, and today we're going to be talking about mobile hunting. This year I've decided to go with the Hawk Helium XL stand and the Hawk Helium sticks for my mobile hunting setup. Plan on doing a little bit of public land hunting, and also we have some new farms that we're going to be hunting this year, and that's where we plan on implementing this mobile hunting setup. On public land, you obviously don't leave your tree stands up most of the time because people will take them, especially here in Ohio where there's a lot of public land that gets hunted and pressured pretty hard. But then also with the new farms that we're going to be hunting this year, we don't have necessarily a history or a past with them, so the ability to move around and go off of what we're learning as we hunt will be key to our success this year. So with that said, I'm going to show you how I have this thing packed up, and this is how I would carry it into the woods. With that, I would also have a pack on here and possibly camera equipment if I'm hunting by myself. Ideally, you have another person coming to film with you, and therefore you don't have to carry your camera equipment on top of this. But this Hawk Helium XL stand has a very wide platform at the bottom. This helps with packing all of your gear onto it, but it also kind of hurts when you're walking through the woods. When I put this on, you can see it sticks out just a little bit past my shoulders. So when you're walking through the woods, things might get snagged on this, or you got to just be extra careful to not be getting branches caught on this and making noise as you're walking through the woods. Now, my previous mobile hunting setup was a climber, and with that being said, it stuck out just as far as this one, so I'm kind of used to this already. But that's just something to note if you're looking to purchase this particular stand. I believe the dimensions on this stand are 32 by 27 inches, and I've had it up a couple times already to practice with it, and it's really nice when you get up in the stand. So yeah, I use bungee cords to attach the sticks to this platform, and they seem to hold it pretty tight. They don't jiggle around or rattle when you're walking, and that's something you definitely want to make sure does not happen, because metal on metal contact does not sound good to deer, obviously, because it's not a natural sound in the woods. So first, to talk about the sticks. The sticks are the helium sticks. They're pretty light. I think altogether they weigh 9 pounds. I've done the rope mod. New for 2019, they put the Versa button. A lot of people are taking their Hawk Helium sticks and using the Lone Wolf Versa button to use this rope mod. But they're attached with suction cups. I'll show you that later. And I was kind of hesitant to as how sturdy these would be. I mean, I wouldn't go really jarring them around. See, I just kind of fell off, but I mean, they're relatively strong. When they're strapped to the stand, if you have a bungee around them, they're not going to fall apart. But like you saw when I was shaking them, they do kind of want to pop off with some good resistance. So definitely make sure you have another bungee around the whole entire group when you're packing these in. These 3 fold-out sections here are pretty close. Some people take their sticks and remove the middle section. For me, I'm going to leave these on, and that is because I just don't want to mess with them and possibly break anything, and I don't see the harm in having another section, and I'm not worried about the little weight that it causes. But the sticks are really light themselves. There's not a whole lot to them. They're also very stable, and these brackets on the back dig into the tree really well. You can definitely feel them gripping in. The button placement, when you have it attached to the tree here, which I'll show you in a second, it's relatively well placed. The bottom stick, if you use it to climb up, once you get the stick above it hung, it will pull away from the tree just a little bit, so you just kind of have to remember to pull straight down instead of like backing away when you're going up the ladder here. But to attach these, I used 8mm accessory cord. Like I said earlier, I did the rope mod, and I got a longer rope on here than I would ever need. This would fit. This is about 10-foot rope, and the reason I did this was I tie this to my not my lineman's belt, but my safety harness, and as I'm going up, I can pull the next one up when I'm coming up the tree, so I can make it up all the way in one trip. So yeah, and I can get around pretty much any size tree that I want to, which just makes it that versatile. That's the main reason I'm going with this hang and hunt kind of setup this year as opposed to the climber, and that is because you can get in a lot more trees than you can with a climber. Alright, on to putting this thing on the tree. So to put it on the tree, what you do is hold it there, right where you want it. I put it a little higher than what I think I'm going to step. Then you hold it in place, wrap it around the tree, pull it tight. And this is the critical part. You want it to go on the back side of your loop on the Versa button. Pull it through, cinch it down, and then I put a hitch knot in just to make sure it doesn't come out. But then after that, push it down a little bit, and you're good to go. It's pretty solid. I always tuck these behind so that I don't trip on them or get it caught up in my feet. But yeah, it's not going anywhere. And I seem to really like these sticks. We'll see as I get more use out of them this year how well they perform. So now moving on to the stand. While I carry the stand, I take one of these bungees with a loop, wrap it through the platform and around this peg. So after I have it unstrapped and the bungees are free and the sticks aren't holding the stand down, this will keep the seat from banging against the platform. But as I'll show you later, I've kind of silenced that, so if it does happen to wiggle around a little bit, you don't get the metal-to-metal contact with the stand and the platform. So yeah, to put this on, the Hawk Helium stand also comes with the ability to mount using the cruiser bracket, which the Hawk Cruiser stand uses. And the cruiser bracket, all that is a bracket you mount to the tree, and you can mount it ahead of time or with you. But it uses a ratchet strap, and then you set this hole down on the bracket through the peg that's on the cruiser bracket, and it just kind of locks in that way, which is nice because you don't have to wrestle the stand while you're up in the tree. But if you have a lineman's belt, it's really not that hard to hang this stand on a decent sized tree. So with that being said, I'm just going to use the strap that comes with this stand. I'll probably be using this for most of the year unless I find out that it doesn't really work out that well and I want to switch to the cruiser bracket. But I don't see that being the case because this is much lighter than the cruiser bracket. The cruiser bracket's pretty heavy and a little bit bulky, so it just adds a little bit more weight to my pack that's already heavy enough, and something that I think I could do without. So when mounting on any hang-on stand, you definitely want to make sure you're what's called camming over the stand. And what that means is when you hang the stand, you get it fastened in there and it's tight, and then you flip the platform of the stand up and then tighten the strap again, and this fastens the stand even tighter, and then you have tension on the platform when you push down, and when you lock it out, it really locks the stand in place. I'm also going to be carrying a secondary strap this year that goes around this bottom peg to just keep it a little bit more stable. The stand itself only comes with the top strap, but I got 2 straps with the cruiser bracket, so I'm going to take the bottom strap off the cruiser bracket and place it on the bottom of this to just kind of keep it a little bit sturdier. As you can see, it wiggles just a hair. So yeah, with that being said, I really like this platform and this stand. The stand itself is super big as far as the platform goes. The seat is also really comfy. It's a 4-inch thick memory foam seat. Therefore, makes for a good seat on the long all-day sits. The only downside to this that I've found is it's strapped on with Velcro. I'm probably going to electrical tape this on coming into the season, because if this was to get caught on a briar, I could see this just being pulled off the stand, and then you're stuck with this metal once you get to your spot. Also, when you go to put the seat up, it doesn't want to stay up because of the thick pad, and this is alright for me because I'm not that big to begin with, and the platform is really big, so I don't feel like I have to have the seat up when I'm standing on the platform. But I could see that if you want to have the seat on and you're a guy that likes to have your seat flipped up, this could be an issue, because I don't see it doesn't want to stay. So but also on the bottom here, you can see there's a screw. This screw allows for adjustment if you put it on a crooked tree and you don't want to have your seat tilted down with the tree. You can adjust that, tightening it with this one wing nut that's below, and it kind of it gives you some adjustment. If you're in the market for a stand, this is relatively cheap. I got it for like 140 bucks. It's only 12 pounds, so it's not heavy whatsoever. It's very spacious. It has a lot of room on the stand. You don't feel like you're gonna fall out, or that I don't know. It just makes you feel confident when you're shooting. I'm excited to use this stand this year. These backpack straps I didn't talk about, I might switch these out for some aftermarket straps. Just something that's has a little bit more padding to it. But they aren't bad. They're not super narrow, and they don't really cut into your shoulder too much. So overall, I think they're functional. But also, with this setup, with the 3 sticks and this stand and alone, you could probably get to around 16 to 18 feet, and it just all depends on how far you want to space out your sticks. I tend to put my bottom stick up as high as I possibly can to gain that ground from the ground, gain as much height from the ground to the first step, and then my second and third step are relatively closer together compared to my first one. And I was able to get around 17 feet. But then I kind of like to hunt around 20 to a little 25. So what I did was I took an 8er, and I don't have these on here with me, but I'll show you them right after I get done talking about this. The 8ers I made out of 1-inch climbing webbing, and these allow me to get closer to 22 feet up, and I think that helps, because not every scenario, some scenarios you need to be up higher, but some scenarios it doesn't matter if you're closer to the ground because you have a lot of cover. Lastly, guys, don't forget to check us out on Instagram and Facebook at Crowned Outdoors. We're going to be posting a lot this hunting season as we go and hunt Pennsylvania and southern Ohio and a little bit in northeast Ohio. So yeah, we're going to be posting a lot of content for viewers, and we might be doing a giveaway soon here. So go check us out on our social media pages, and don't forget to like and subscribe our channel.